Welcome back to the Bet Torah series of learning Pirke Abot. We're up to chapter 4, Mishnah Kaf, and it goes as follows. Elisha ben Abuya, and the Rambam has a different version. Elisha ben Abba, which is interesting. Elisha ben Abuya Omer, Halamed Torah Yeled, Lemahu Domeh, Didio Ketubah al Niyar Hadash. V'halamed Zaken, Lemahu Domeh, Didio Ketubah al Niyar Mahuk. So, if a person teaches a young child, what is it likened to? What's the teachings or the results of the teachings like? It's compared to ink that's written upon a freshly new paper, a fresh piece of paper. The ink is clear, you can see it, it stands out. A child is likened to a fresh piece of paper without any other experiences, very few experiences of life, not much learning. Anything the child learns is a new life-changing experience. It's wonderful to the child. It's something he's never heard of before, he's never seen before, and he drinks it in with thirst, and it leaves an indelible mark in his mind and his brain. It stays with him forever. As opposed to teaching an elderly person. It's likened to writing on a piece of paper that's being reused, that was erased. All the erase marks can't come out completely, and all the divots and impressions made from the previous writing are still there. And so when you write on a piece of paper or a piece of parchment that was written on before and then erased, it's not as clean, it's not as pure, it's not as obvious, the writing. It has a dullness to it, it doesn't pop like ink written on fresh paper. And therefore an elderly person who learns, the learning is not fresh to him, like something he's never heard of before, or it's going to take over his whole mind. Wow, this is fantastic. It's good, but he also has other things that occupy his mind. He has responsibilities. He's learned this information maybe a different way before. It competes with the new learning. It's not a life-changing event. He's going to drop everything and follow this. It's going to come in, he's going to lie nice, and then it's going to seep out because it's not so important to him. He's not even going to review it so much. It's not as important to him as new learning is to a child. So teachers, be aware when you teach the elderly. Don't expect them to be crackerjack knowing what you taught them. They're older. And when and young children, be aware that you should learn now because now's the time. Later you'll have other things occupying your mind and your time and your mind, and your responsibilities might take you away from learning. Now we know there are exceptions to the rule. Rabbi Akiva was an exception to the rule at age 40. He learned and he took care of the entire Judaism as we know it today. So if we want to be learners, even at an elderly age, we can learn a lot as long as we approach the material with the eyes and curiosity of a child. Fresh eyes, look at it new. Have it occupy your mind when you learn it. Review it in your mind, discuss it with people, apply it, be giddy about the information, and it will be fresh. Now it can't be like Rabbi Akiva because he actually moved from his place of residence over 24 years, and he started at square one. But we can do the best we can with what we have and emulate children in our learning. The next part of the Mishnah is Rabbi Yosef ben Yehuda. Rabbi Yosef, the son of Yehuda, Ish Kefar HaBabli, he was from the village of Babli, and he says, Omer, Halamed min ha'ketanim lemahu domeh, le'ochel anavim kehot, v'shoteh yain migito. V'halamed min ha'zikenim lemahu domeh, le'echol anavim bushulot, v'shoteh yain yashan. So he says, if a person learns from the young teachers, what's his learning like? What's this information he's getting from the young? What's it like? Like eating unripened grapes. They're called kehot because they dull your teeth. You bite them, it hurts your teeth. You break it. It's hard. Hurts. It's not soft. And they're not ripe. They're sour. Your whole body shakes from the sour. That's what they like from learning from the young. It's not easy, the learning. They're not clear in what they're saying. And there's staccato in their information. They're not sure themselves. And you get shaken. They're shaken, you're shaken. It's like drinking wine from a vat. Wine is produced in a vat. They crush the grapes, but it's not filtered. There's sediment. There's leaves, there's branches, there's grape skins, there's grape seeds, all mixed in. You're drinking, you get a mouthful of other things as well. And when a child teaches a person, he might not be clear in his teaching, and he might bring in other ideas that he's not sure of, that maybe this and maybe that, and it's a mess. But when you learn from an elderly person, they've been through it all, they've had seasoning, they're able answer the questions and doubts they had already. They had time to think things through, to learn more, to get other advice, to see other things. And finally, when they come to educate you, they've been through the gambit, and they know what they're going to tell you, and it's very clear. His teachings are clear, they're well thought out, they inspire confidence in the learner, because it's nice. Now, Rabbi says, father, Rabbi is in the same Mishnah, and he seems to either disagree completely or on a small point. We don't like to make them disagree completely, our rabbis. All the Torah comes from one source. We're not looking for mahaloket. We're actually looking for an agreement, a unity in the learning. So we'll take it from they disagree. Rabbi Omer, don't look at the picture. Or can. El b'mash yeshbo, only look what's inside the picture. Yesh kan hadash mele yashan, v'yashan afil hadash enbo. You could have a new picture, like a young child teaching you, filled with old wine, delicious wine, and you can learn great from this person. He knows his stuff, he's not confused. And you could have a yashan, an old kan, an elderly person. Not only doesn't he have new wine in him, and he's seasoned, but even the new wine, not only does he have old wine in him and he's seasoned, even new wine he doesn't have inside of him. There's nothing there, he doesn't know his stuff, you can't learn from him. So either he disagrees completely, or we could find that he doesn't disagree completely. He said, generally speaking, you're right, my son. His son said, mina kitanim, in plural, many young students, young teachers. Mina ziqini, many elderly teachers. That's a general idea. We learn from a lot of young children, it's not good. You learn from a lot of elderly people, it is good. But there will be your exceptions to the rule, and the rabbi is telling you, don't only go by this general rule. At each case, you should weigh in, what is the teacher like? Is he really worth his salt or not? And it's not based on his age. And of course, in English, we have that idiom, don't judge a book by its cover. The next Mishnah is Mishnah Kaf Aleph. Rabbi Eliezer HaKapar Omer. Rabbi Eliezer from Kapar says the following: Hakin'ah v'ta'ava v'kabod mos'in et ha'adam min ha'olam. Jealousy, which is kin'ah, ta'ava is desire, and honor, kabod, pull a person, they take him out of this world. What does it mean, takes him out of this world? You could say simply, the religious tones, out of the next world. He won't get his next world because he never earned it, because he's busy being jealous, busy having desires, busy being chasing after honor, and he never did his purpose, and so he didn't gain the world to come. But we could even spin it and say, even in this world, it takes him out of this world. Why are we here in this world? Well, Hashem put us in this world with a mission to recognize Hashem, to bring Hashem's teachings and into the world through learning Torah, through doing mitzvot, charity, chesed, making the world a better place, making sure we have a fair and honest, just court system, right? You have to run after justice, fair and kind society. In this world right now, we have a mission. So if a person is occupied with his desires or jealousy or honor, he's not going to be doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's removing himself from this world. His game, his world is these subjects. Kin'ah, jealousy. Where does jealousy stem from? He feels justified in his jealousy. It's not fair that person got. It's unjust. I should get that. It's not fair. And he's eating himself up inside. And he'll never be happy because that person is going to continue having what he has. He's jealous. He's not going to get it. And he'll have no justice because he's not seeing clearly. He's not letting it go. And it can get worse. He can learn to grave sins. Cain killed his brother Hevel out of jealousy. The snake got us to eat from the fruit of knowledge. Ending the world almost. We can't live forever. And Joseph's brothers, they sold him out of jealousy. There is one idea where we can channel a jealousy, the rabbis say, which is okay, called kin'at sofrim. A little jealousy for other rabbis. They are learning, and they're great levels. I want to be on that level too. So they allow for that type of jealousy. However, it's not the best type, really, but it's not the best way to behave. A person should learn Torah for its own sake. So I want to be good because I want to be good in Torah. Having nothing to do with other people. I get as good. I'm in my own competition. I'm going to be better day in, day out, based on whom I am. Ta'ava, desire. Usually they explain this as having desire for money. But I like to expand it. It says in Kohelet, it says, Ohev kesef lo yisbak. If a person loves money, he'll never be satiated. He'll always want more. But I want to expand it to all types of desires that pull a person out of what his mission is supposed to be. vices. He wants to drink. He loves drinking. He loves steaks. He loves movies, streaming movies, binging movies, different movie services. I don't know, video games. Whatever it is that pulls him with desire. I want this. And he eats, sleeps, and drinks this desire. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing under God, the mitzvot, and learning. And now when he has the desire, even if he gets what he wants, since this is his world now, desires, he's going to want more of it. And after he gets more of it, he's going to want a higher quality of it. He's going to up it and make it higher and higher. Today I had this type of steak, and I had a better steak. I went to this restaurant, now a better restaurant. It'll never end. He'll be lost in his desires. So the best we can do is really channel our desires for mitzvot. You want money? Okay, use it for charity. You want steak and you want wine? Have it for the holidays. So we can channel these things, but if they become them in themselves, a world within themselves, we'll be taken out of our life's mission. And honor as well. A person wants honor. It follows and leads him wherever he goes. He's going to an event, he's thinking in his mind, I can't wait till I get this. It's going to be great for me. They're going to love me. They're going to treat me so well. And then he gets there, and it's not going as he envisioned. They won't take his coat. They're not taking I have to hang up my own coat. All right, where's the food? I have to get my own food? All right, I'll sit there. I can't sit there? Sorry, this tea is taken. What? This is ridiculous. They don't know who I am? And then he sees another person getting the honor. They're taking him, they're escorting him, they're giving him food, they're hanging his coat. Best seat in the house. How could this happen? I I'm supposed to get. And he goes home. On his way home, he's still burning inside. It's a principle of the matter. At my level, I should get it. I demand honor. He'll be lost because he'll never catch it. He'll keep chasing and chasing, he'll never catch it, as we learned earlier. And I believe the Rabbi is giving a general commentary on life with these desires. They follow us throughout stages of life. Jealousy, usually the young have it. How come he got the ice cream sundae and I didn't? How come he got those toys? You see, the young children have much jealousy. They feel cheated out of things and wronged. But when they get a little older, they have abilities to get things themselves. Oh, I can buy my own ice cream. I can get that candy bar. Okay, he got it, but I can get too. But then there's desires come in of teenage years, and then they don't stop. He goes to work. He wants more money. He wants a better house, a better car, and they could last him his lifetime until he's an elderly person. Once he's older, his desires might cool down, but now he's reached a new phase. I'm distinguished. I'm not this age. I have life experience. Honor should come to me. And that could occupy a person, all these three traits, his entire life. So it's best we use the advice of Ben Zoma that we learned. Conquer your desires. Don't let them run you. Don't let them be your obsession with life. Don't run after the desire of money. Use what you have and enjoy what you have. And who's really honored? A person who honors other people. He looks out not for his honor. I can't wait till they honor me. How can I honor other people? How can I show I value the human person, the neshama, the soul, the godliness of another person? He honors other people, and it will reciprocate back to him. So Yirason, that we live that proper life with a proper perspective, with the ideas of what my mission is, and follow our missions, and not be held and led by our cheap desires, our cheap jealousies, or our desire for honor. And may you have a Shabbat Shalom and a Yom Yerushalayim Sameach, and may we all see Binyan Beit HaMikdash b'mehera b'menu, and Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mehera b'menu, and be done with this virus. Shabbat Shalom, Yom Yerushalayim Tova, and have a good Shabbat.